Welcome to Engaged in Ink. Here we are at Shockstock 2015, where we are going to find out why horror culture and tattoo culture seem to feed off each other.
My name is Phil Pattison. I'm a filmmaker, editor, director, graphic designer. I do it all. Right now I've got a studio called Misfit Island Studios in Hamilton. Under Misfit Island Studios banner, we're doing Rabid Dog Films, which we've released Versus the Dead. Our short film is premiered here this weekend in Tested, and we've got a lot of other projects that are going on too. So. Versus the Dead is a very grindhousey, schlocky zombie film about a chemical developed by the government that brings dead soldiers back to life, and somehow it ends up in the hands of a real shady tattoo artist who in turn thinks it's ink, tattoos it into unsuspecting victims, and they spread the disease.
So today we're here with Smink, and we're gonna do a Candyman tattoo. Pretty excited. Tony Todd, the actor, been a big fan a long time. So we're gonna go ahead and start soon. Do a big thigh piece and check it out. Hold on for the process. I guess it's gonna be a long time coming. I don't know.
I do a lot of portrait realism work. I definitely prefer to do horror and darker stuff compared to the lighter family side of stuff, but I do cover everything. Anything from dark horror stuff to family portraits. Just did a few yesterday. Still very fun. I do color and black and gray. That way I don't kind of just put myself in one dimension kind of thing. Like to work with everything. Horror's been an influence since I was really young. I never really did the whole Disney thing. I've always watched horror movies. Even as 5, 6, I would go over to my grandma's and watch the Pet Sematary and stuff, and never really did the Disney. It was always horror, so it's definitely a huge influence in everything. At this point in my career, I found that I've got myself out there enough that people come in and they ask for more stuff that I specialize in and stuff that I also like to do. People generally want to find the artists that both do the stuff that the client wants, but also what they want to do, because those are the pieces that are going to turn out best, right? So, and after sorting through my portfolio and picking and choosing, it's definitely full of that. So that's what people see, that's what people want.
I co-wrote and co-directed this project with a good friend of mine. His name's Jeff Beckman. He owns a shop in Hamilton where I'm from and where we shot, called Sinking Ink Tattoos. We've always wanted to work together and just, do a weekend bloody horror film. I've been out of school for a while and I was working, the day job to pay the bills. But I really wanted to get my feet wet again in the film industry, and what not a better way just to do it with your buddies with a case of beer and, friends. And so we decided, well, let's take it a little bit serious. Let's get together and start writing a script. So we actually went to truck stops and the dirty, dingy pizza shops just to get an idea of what we want to do with this film. In 2003, when we came up with the idea, this zombie craze was not even 28 days later had come out. The remake of Dawn of the Dead had come out, and it was getting people excited about the zombie genre again, but not to the point where it is today with The Walking Dead and everything. So we wanted to do something original that hasn't been done. Yeah, we wanted to keep the military aspect to it, because most zombie movies is because of some sort of military fault. That was definitely something we wanted to keep intact, but why not? And we thought, why not use what's available to us to keep the money down? You have a tattoo shop, Jeff. So I said to him, why don't we do something along those lines? So make a long story short, that's exactly what we did. We came up with a storyline and use the tattoo shop as a backdrop. Mind you, Jeff's tattoo shop was too clean and crisp and, you know, health inspector friendly, so we ended up building our shop in an old abandoned farmhouse. And sadly, now that we're talking about this, 3 days ago, that farmhouse just got torn down only 3 days ago because there was a series of fires on that road and they wanted to get rid of it. But we left the tattoo shop intact when we left. Everything we left there, even the machine was there. We just left it like as a little museum piece. But to hear that it got ripped down the other day, I was like, oh, they should have went and pulled down all the props and stuff. Oh well, tattoos and horror. Well, I mean, I'm tattooed with my partner who did Versus the Dead. He tattooed all my stuff on me. I mean, it goes hand in hand. Like, he just texted me 5 minutes ago. He's drawing up the Tall Man right now for me, and he's putting it here. So tattoos and horror are like, I don't know, vinegar and French fries, I guess. They go together great.
I always kind of say to myself, okay, it's gonna get better, you know?
Horror and tattooing has definitely gone hand in hand for forever. I mean, back to H.R. Geiger, he definitely had a huge influence in both horror, obviously, with Alien and his artwork, and then it definitely went deep into tattooing with biomech and just the style that he does his stuff in. And from that, I mean, you get Guy Aitchison and his biomech, and even people like Paul Booth. Paul Booth has been tattooing forever, and you definitely see influences of horror all throughout his artwork. He's crazy like that. Horror affects both my tattoos as well as lifestyle. Like I said, it's something that I've been kind of connected with since I was young, so I mean, the clothes that I wear, the style I dress in, the music I listen to, it all influences into horror to a point. Horror and tattooing definitely go together, as they're both alternative lifestyles. The people that generally like horror and alternative type movies, the darker side of stuff, also like the heavier music, and thus the tattoos and piercings. Bands generally have that type of stuff. It's just people that are generally connected to it. A lot of people that like horror definitely like the darker stuff. So I don't think it's a trend. Tattooing is obviously not a trend. Tattooing is one of the oldest art forms there is. Horror has been around just as long as any other movie genre, so I don't think that either will be going out of style anytime soon. I think as long as there's tattoos, there'll always be horror tattoos, and I mean, horror is changing a lot. It's definitely different as far as that type of stuff goes, but so are tattoos. I think that the types of tattoos will always be the classic. I mean, you have the Frankenstein, you have the Bride of Frankenstein, you have all of those guys. I have all those guys tattooed on me, as well as, I mean, the horror slasher classics. Those will always be big. As far as the newer movies, it's really hard to say. As far as horror tattoos being done now compared to years ago, the styles have definitely changed in tattooing. 50 years ago, you would never see really realistic portraits, and you would never see really gory tattoos. It was definitely a lot more conservative. I mean, you would see a lot of the anchors and the dog tags and all the eagles and all that stuff. It was definitely big back then, and yeah, then you would go into the tribal, and tattoos have definitely come a lot farther. You don't really see so much of that stuff anymore. There are the collectors that definitely prefer that. It's classic. But as far as being able to tattoo, I mean, we have tattoo artists now, not just tattooers. The styles have changed. Now that people can do this stuff, people want that stuff. If you look at bigger artists, Paul Acker, I mean, he's always pushing the boundaries. Every piece he does is creepier, you get more detail. Everything just blows your mind. Everything's insane, so you just want to work up to that. It's really cool to see tattoos coming out as, I guess, they're more relevant and a lot more seen. The same as with horror. I mean, years ago, Freddy, Jason, those guys are scary. You watch that now and they're funny, it's comedies. It's really fantastic how a lot of that has really changed with tattoos. It's not near as, I mean, so much of the population has one that it's not a religious thing to get one or to not get one, or they're not going to be shunned just the same as, I mean, horror is huge. It's in our theaters, it's in our homes, it's everywhere. I mean, Saw already broke the mold when they started doing that stuff, and I mean, it's just gotten crazier and crazier. So I mean, the two being more kind of opened at the same time allows people like myself to get these images on me and to do these images and have them to be a lot more accepted. They really go hand in hand as far as being kind of something new and something exciting, as we've just kind of broken the mold and are just now seeing all this stuff and being okay with it. I mean, it's all over the place. Tattoo shows and horror movies, it's everywhere. You can't really escape it anymore.
Hi, this is Cassandra Peterson, better known as Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. I'm completely flattered by the fact that people tattoo me on their body, and I see this. I grew up with my dad being completely tattooed, and I was in love with tattoos since I was a little child. And so for people to tattoo me on their body is like getting the Academy Award or something. It's just like, oh my God, that's so awesome. I just recently got my very first tattoo. It's under there somewhere. I don't know if you can see it. It's the tattoo I had in Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, which was actually a stick-on tattoo, and I just got it for real on a television show in the U.S. called Area 51. It was a surprise even for me. I shouldn't drink that much wine when I'm in a tattoo parlor. Well, I have such a huge collection of tattoo pictures from fans. Every time a fan comes up with a tattoo, I take a photo of it, or they send me one. That I just have this huge collection of them, and we try to post it on my Twitter and Facebook page so everybody can see some of the beautiful art that is done.
So we just got done the Candyman piece. Smink took approximately 5 hours. I'm super excited. It looks 10 times better than I expected. It far surpasses my expectations. Smink's an amazing artist. Super excited. Can't wait till Saturday. Thanks.
She's gonna lift up her dress.
Yes, okay, now we're getting one.
Wow.
Huh?
That's fresh, huh?
That's just
Where
done.
did you get that
This guy
done?
did it.
2 days ago.
Wow.
Days ago.
Awesome. Look at this. See that? We're forever represented. Let's see if it's going. Let me see.
Yeah, I know. I caught that. Yeah, it's the. There you go.
Still wants it.
That one's
If we
Today
could.
we're gonna autograph your signature on it.
Yeah, if you could
Let's
sign
see.
the leg and then.
Look at that.
Legacy. See that? Does that work?
Oh yeah. Yeah, maybe we could get the signature and we're gonna go tattoo it right on today.
Really? Right now?
Becky, nice
Hi,
to meet you.
Becky.
I'm a
Nice to meet
huge,
you.
huge fan.
Oh, I see.
I
Thank
know,
you.
right? So we just got finished showing Tony Todd my new tattoo. I'm super excited. Still a little shaky, still a little pumped, but it was awesome meeting him. He's really down to earth. We did the whole celebration bubblegum thing. It's perfect ending for this whole entire experience, and I just want to thank everybody for including me in it. Thanks.
Thanks for watching. Hope you had a good time. Follow us on Twitter and check us out on Facebook, and we'll see you next time on Engaged in Ink. Welcome to Engaged in Ink. Okay. No, I like the movement. I like the movement. This is okay. This is okay. Welcome to Engaged in Ink. We are here at Shockstock 2015 to find out why horror culture and tattoo culture. One more time. Okay.